Hey guys, today we're going to talk about a really simple way to significantly increase the health value of pretty much any meal using dried herbs and spices. So scientists universally agree that the most important aspect to any healthy diet is eating an abundance of plant foods. So it's not quite so important whether or not you choose to eat animal products. What is important is that you're eating an abundance of plant foods throughout the day. And the reason for this is because plant foods are a particularly rich source of essential vitamins and minerals, but they're also abundant in other nutrients that aren't considered essential but are vital to human health. One of those is fiber, which we spoke about in an earlier post, and the other one are the thousands and thousands of phytonutrients or phytochemicals, phyto meaning plant, that exist inside of all of these different plants. And these phytonutrients protect the plant against things like UV damage, pests and insects, but they also provide value to human cells. So they exert anti-inflammatory properties, antioxidant properties, chemopreventative properties. We spoke about how sulforaphane as a plant compound can help cancer cells kill themselves, commit apoptosis. They're antifungal, they're antiviral, they are neuroprotective. So there's thousands of different compounds that exist inside of plants that have all of these specific effects on human cells. And it's the synergistic and additive effects of eating all of these compounds across all different kinds of plant foods that help make a high plant diet so healthy. The other thing is that the phytochemicals inside of these plants also help healthy gut bacteria to thrive. And in turn, when your healthy gut bacteria thrives, it supports a strong immune system. So believe it or not, these tiny little microscopic third parties that reside inside of our bodies, these microorganisms, actually contribute or help regulate the immune system and particularly inflammation in the body. So when we're eating these plant foods, we're not just eating it for the essential vitamins and minerals, we're not just eating it for the fiber, we're eating these plant foods for the thousands and thousands of different compounds that exist across all of the different kinds of plants to protect ourselves from disease and keep our immune system strong. So all you need is a little pinch. You wouldn't think that a tiny little pinch of dried parsley is going to make a difference, but there's a lot of studies which I've linked below that shows, yes, just a little pinch here and there across the day is going to be adding additional antioxidants, is going to be adding different anti-inflammatory properties or properties that protect your brain cells, neuroprotective properties. So in fact, the dried version of most herbs and spices are significantly higher in these beneficial compounds than the fresh version, which I thought was really fascinating when I read that. So some of the things that we're looking at here, and it doesn't really matter which ones you pick up. I'm looking at dried parsley. Who thought dried parsley would be of any value? We're looking at even black pepper, oregano or oregano if you live in America. Garlic powder, thyme, or you can get a really good mix that has all of these different spices, herbs and spices included in it. So if you're looking at breakfast, for example, you might put some dried parsley into your morning shake, just a little pinch, just half a teaspoon. You might also put in some cinnamon or some nutmeg, again, just a pinch. And believe it or not, just a pinch does add antioxidant value to that meal. If you're having porridge or oatmeal for breakfast, you might want to put in a pinch of cinnamon or nutmeg as an example. The other thing you can do is drink herbal tea. So herbs are just the dried leaves of a plant. The spices are other parts of the plant, like the bark or the leaves. Oh, sorry, not the leaves, that's the herbs. Like the bark or the stem or the buds or the roots, for example. But if you can drink your herbs as well, again, you're adding antioxidants, anti-inflammatories, neuroprotective properties from consuming a lot of different kinds of herbs and spices throughout the day. So one of the things that I like to do is I'll take this herbal tea, it's caffeine free, and I'll put into a big glass jar and put it in the fridge with water, and I'll drink that as my water throughout the day. So I'm getting the benefit from all of these beneficial phytochemicals inside of the herbs that I get to drink throughout the day, constantly replenishing my antioxidant intake, for example. So another thing to note is your body does require a continual supply of things like antioxidants. So we are continually exposed to free radical creating chemicals in our environment. If we're stressed, for example, if we're run down, if we're lacking sleep, we're going to require more antioxidants in our diet. If we're exposed to environmental pollutants like cigarette smoke, like car exhaust, if we're flying and we're exposed to radiation, again, we're depleting all of our body's own antioxidants. So you need to be constantly thinking, what can I do throughout the day to be giving myself a little boost? So we spoke about what you can do for breakfast. You might want to sprinkle some fennel seeds on your salad at lunch, or put on some thyme or oregano. Say you're in a hurry and you're ordering takeout pizza for dinner, no problem. A little sprinkle of dried oregano, depending on what part of the world you live in, on top of your pizza. Dried basil on top of the pizza. So it does sound absurd to be thinking that something so small and so dry can be making a difference, but the science shows that yes, it does make a difference. So there's just really simple hack, guys. Go to your herb and spices closet. Make sure that, like me, that you don't have stuff that's sitting in there from 2015. Throw those ones out. Go to the store, get some fresh ones. Where possible, I know I've said this 1,000 times, please buy organic, because remember, we're trying to consume this for the beneficial properties. We do not want to be adding more chemicals into our body. What we want to be doing is adding the beneficial nutrients into the body. I hope that helps. If you've got any ideas about fresh herbs and spices and how to include them in your diet, please leave them in the comments down below so that we can all learn from them, and have an awesome day.